If you are thinking about selling your home, not tomorrow, not next week, but sometime in the future, this video is for you. One of the biggest mistakes I see sellers making is waiting too long to think about preparation. And then suddenly everything feels rushed, expensive, and super emotional, way more than it needs to be. And today I want to talk through what sellers can start doing early, even months out, so that the process feels calmer, more intentional, and much more in control when the time comes. When people hear home prep for sale, they usually think renovation. New floors, new countertops, paint, big projects. But most national guidance doesn't actually point sellers in that direction. According to resources from the National Association of Realtors, the biggest return usually comes from preparation and presentation, not major upgrades. Prep isn't about perfection, it's about positioning. And most buyers are forming opinions long before they ever step inside the house. They're deciding online based on photos and layout, condition, and how easy the home feels to understand. Good prep reduces friction. It doesn't try to impress people. Another area where prep really pays off is maintenance. Not the fun stuff, the invisible stuff. Deferred maintenance is one of the biggest stress points during a sale, and especially once inspections start. Things like older systems, minor repairs, wear and tear that you've learned to deal with. According to seller guidance from the National Association of Realtors, buyers often assume problems are bigger than they actually are when they notice visible signs of neglect. Buyers rarely think that's probably an easy fix. They think, what else is wrong? Taking care of these items early gives you options later, whether that's a smoother negotiation, fewer surprises, or just more confidence going into the sale. One of the most valuable things sellers can do early is start paying attention to their competition. And I don't just mean homes in your neighborhood, I mean homes that are actually similar to your home. Same general age, similar size, similar layout, level of updates. This is something that platforms like Zillow and Realtor.com constantly emphasize when they talk about pricing and buyer behavior. Buyers don't compare your home to every home nearby. They compare it to homes that feel like real alternatives. Watching which homes sell quickly and which ones sit helps you understand how buyers are thinking, not just what sellers are hoping for. Doing this early also gives you time to adjust your expectations slowly instead of all at once right before listing. This is one of the most underrated parts of preparation and the easiest one to spread out over time. Most seller resources, including Realtor.com and Zillow, recommend decluttering well before listing, not the week your photos are scheduled. Doing this gradually will make the process less overwhelming. It helps you see what actually needs to stay or go, and it makes your photos, your showings, and eventually the move much easier. You don't need your home to feel empty or sterile. You just want it to feel open, neutral, and easy for buyers to imagine themselves living there without being distracted by too much personal stuff. Starting this early makes this feel manageable instead of exhausting. Early prep is important, but it's just as important to know what not to rush into. Early prep doesn't mean renovating without a clear plan, or following some online trend, or spending money without understanding your likely price range, like over improving your house. Zillow and NAR both point out that over improving actually will work against you as a seller if the upgrades don't line up with the buyer expectations for your area. The goal isn't to create a more upgraded home or the most upgraded home possible. It's to position your home well in the market that you'll eventually be selling into. The simplest way to think about pre-listing prep is this. What can I do now that gives me more options later? Early prep buys you better timing and flexibility, more confidence around your pricing, less stress during showings, and fewer rush decisions. That's true whether you list in 3 months or a year from now. Every home and every seller is different. If you're thinking about selling in Redmond sometime in the future and you want help prioritizing what actually matters for your home, that's a conversation I'm always happy to have. In my next video, I'm going to talk about why comparing your home to the wrong comps can throw off your pricing expectations, even when sellers feel like they're being realistic.